All right, folks, we got to talk about this. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, but knowing me, I'll probably just go on a full rant. The Doomsday trailer released. I liked it. I thought it was good. I still had my criticisms. I still have my, opinions on the matter. But after seeing the trailer, I was like, okay, this could be good, right? I agree with most of the people online that, bringing back Steve Rogers, it might be a bit of a cash grab. Bringing back old characters, even Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, might have been a cash grab for sure, 100%. I understand that. I understand that thing. But after seeing the trailer, after seeing how much dedication, not dedication, I guess I can't say dedication because I haven't even seen the film, but like just seeing the little bit that Robert Downey Jr. had in the trailer, his accent, his voice acting, everything about it, I was like, oh, this guy's serious. He's actually taking this very seriously. He's going to become a very different character. I appreciated that, and I think that's what made me change my mind. It was like, okay, I know it's still a cash grab, but they might be on to something here. I have seen so much forced hate on this trailer, so much of the same bullshit that people say altogether. Like there was literally, I think, 4 to 5 consecutive tweets about the same thing, which was that when they saw the scene of Captain and Thor reconnecting, they were like, I don't feel this scene makes me feel nothing. That's because you're forcing the hate on it. You're trying to be cool. I think there's this new trend where it's cool to just hate on things. Like it doesn't matter what it is. It's just like if you hate on it, people are gonna be like, "Yeah, you're right. Oh my god, you're sorry." No, that's not how it fucking works. Like I'm so sorry, but if you hate something and you have a criticism about it, please admit to it. That's fine. Acknowledge it. Say it. I'm okay with that, right? But if you're still gonna go watch the movie or still gonna be like, "Oh, that is the best thing ever," after it comes out, you need to shut the fuck up. Then you can say stuff like you can be diplomatic and be like, "Listen, I saw the scene. I personally, I don't know how. Like, I didn't like it or it didn't really resonate with me. It wasn't anything." Like I didn't feel like, oh wow, this is like we're seeing him after so long or whatever it was. Of course you're not going to feel that in the trailer because we already knew he was returning 6 months ago when they released the first trailer, right? When people announced it, I remember, holy crap, Captain America's back, Steve Rogers is back, oh my god, oh my god. And some people were like, oh yeah, they're just bringing him back because the MCU's dead and oh, they gotta bring money. Okay, that's fine. That's totally cool. You didn't like it. You didn't like it. I personally was like, oh, I was kind of on the fence about it. I'm like, I don't know if bringing back him is going to save you guys, but I'd like to see where this story goes. I'd like to see what where you're like how you're planning on including him into this story. Seeing both of them reunite after so long, yeah, that made me happy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That actually made me go like, wow, Thor and Cap are back together after 7 years. And if you think about it from the character's perspective, I know they're not real, but even if you look at it from like Thor's perspective, it's like I haven't seen this man in years. You know what I mean? Same thing with Cap, right? Cap, I don't think expected to be back, but he came back for a reason, right? There has to be a reason why he's back. Whether the reason is valid or not, we'll find out in the film, but there has to be a reason why he's back. And seeing these two together is just it's a moment for I think all Marvel fans because we've grown up with these people. But to say that you don't feel anything, you hate it, it's forced, it looks stupid, blah 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 blah, is just you're just trying to hop on a trend, trying to get likes, trying to get people to interact with your posts and stuff like that, and that's pathetic. You're pathetic for that. Like it's absolutely insane how pathetic you are. Because, bro, if you don't like something, then say you don't like it, then don't go watch it. Or don't have anything to do with it. Don't even bother engaging about it. If you don't like it, that's fine. Make your point clear and move forward. But don't come back later and be like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever seen. That scene with Captain America and Thor, I loved it. Oh my god. No, don't fucking do that shit. Don't go back on your word. Stick to what you say. Like, just stick to it. Like, I literally saw 4 of the same tweets all together, and I was like, oh, okay, so these people are just hopping on a trend. They called each other, and they're like, let's just tweet the same thing over and over again. That's it. And it's like, Why do you have so much hate? Like, what's your issue with things? Yeah, if the movie is shit, I will personally go out of my way and say, yeah, the movie was shit. The trailer looked phenomenal, but the movie ended up being absolutely garbage. Sure, but we haven't even seen the film yet. Just the trailer alone got us hyped. Those four trailers that they released 6 months ago had people going over the edge. The same people who tweeted the same shit, oh, think all that stuff, they were losing their minds because they didn't release a CinemaCon trailer. So if you're telling me that you don't give a shit, you're lying. If you're telling me that you don't feel anything, you're lying. You are 1000% lying. Some people were analyzing the trailer like, "Oh my god, look at that! A $4 billion company in the C." It's CGI, man. It's CGI. We've already established that some CGI looks better than others, but this CGI, we know it's CGI. We know what's happening. We know that they're using fucking animations and CGI and all that stuff to like create these scenes. What are you really like getting into here? Yeah, certain things. I guess like the trailer they had for a long time, they could have made it look better, but I thought it looked fine. I thought it looked okay. I wasn't even focused on that stuff. I was focused on like what hints and stuff were they dropping, what like trying to figure out where is this story headed. It's absolutely insane to me how much hate that this trailer is getting and how much people are just like, oh yeah, I don't care about the MCU. I don't care if hell, if you don't care about the MCU, that's fine. There's a million billion other people that actually do give a shit, and that's why half the tickets are already sold out. They had to add more show dates right away so that people can go watch it. Like, bro, it's selling out. You're gonna watch it regardless. You can have an opinion about it, but like, don't hate on something just because it's fun to do so. Hate on it for a real reason. Hate on it because you saw the movie and you're like, yo, this movie is ass. It's straight garbage. Get the shit out of my face. Hate on it then, but don't hate on it just because you saw a trailer and all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, it's look at this trailer. I didn't feel anything here. I didn't see that. Oh yeah, Captain America's back. Oh yeah, it's a cash grab, guys. They just want you to come. Don't say that shit. People are like, "Oh, is the MCU dead?" People don't care, but a lot of people still care about the MCU. I will always care about the MCU. I will always watch these films because, hell, man, this is the first time where like things that I grew up with, comic books that I read, TV shows that I've seen, animated things that I've seen, are finally coming to life. They're coming. They're bringing all of this to life. Of course, I'm going to watch this. It's a dream come true that I'm going to get the Avengers and the X-Men in one film. I never thought that would be possible growing up as a kid. Maybe it's a luxury for kids now, but it wasn't a luxury for me back then. And now it's like, wow, this is amazing. And yeah, I will obviously still hold it up to a certain standard, and I will obviously watch the movie and I will give my honest opinion. Whatever I don't like, I will say I don't like. Whatever I do like, I will say I will like. But I will not be forcing hate upon it just because right now it's cool to hate on something. Because I can guarantee you a week from now, 2 weeks from now, or even a couple of days from now when SDCC happens and they release a bunch of other stuff, people are going to be like, yeah, this is going to be the best fucking film ever, guys. This is going to be the best shit. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. You're all going to be saying the same fucking bullshit as you've been saying for the last few years. It's the same nonsense and crap every single fucking time. And we, as people who interact with these influencers or famous people, whatever you want to give them, whatever you want to, content creators, whatever you want to call them, we need to stop with that. We just stop interacting with them because the more attention we give them, the more attention they think that they have and the more power they think that they have over us. And we need to stop. And that includes me too. Like if I ever do some shit like that, I expect people to call me out and be like, weren't you the one that was like, saying that this is going to be garbage? How come you're like all about it now? Like, call me out on it. I'd love to hear from that because I too should be held responsible to that standard as well. Another big hate or criticism that people are having is like there's no buildup. Yes, I agree with a lot of people. There is no buildup because we are so used to like build up in terms of like the universe, and because the Infinity Saga kind of led to Endgame and all of that stuff. There was a build up. There was a bunch of movies coming together. There was connections and all of that stuff, which I think that's a valid point. some people also argue that while the MCU or the Infinity Saga kind of just like was kind of on a whim, they didn't even know they were going to do it until they just did it. Joss Whedon added Thanos as just like a tease. He wasn't even supposed to be the big bad baddie of the whole series, right? But then they decided to go with it. True, it worked. It was beautiful and it worked, right? That's all that matters to me. I think that's the most important thing, that it worked. But when it comes to this film, yes, you're right. There is no build up, right? Like the multiverse saga, unfortunately, because of what happened with Kang and Jonathan Majors and all of that, it kind of messed everything up. And now Marvel, I wouldn't say they're scrambling, but they're trying to find a way to kind of fix things. So I understand why we're not getting fully connected films. If you're really nitpicking, like the only thing that really connects us um to Doomsday to Doomsday would be, in my opinion, Loki, maybe a little bit of Ant-Man Quantumania just because of Kang and like the multiverse and like the different timelines and all of that stuff. But mostly Loki, I would say Loki, um, Deadpool and Wolverine, just because of the TVA and their introduction and all of that stuff as well. If you're not watching Loki, at least you understand where the TVA is from if you watch Deadpool and Wolverine. So there's like that connection there. Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts in the sense of their post-credit scene kind of connects to everything. Of course, Fantastic Four with the introduction of Doom, the multiverse of madness, right? I No Way Home in that sense as well. I think I think, if I'm not wrong, I think those are probably the only few films that kind of connect the multiverse together. Right, every other film kind of had its own thing happening. Like Thor and Love and Thunder, garbage film, but didn't really have anything to do with the multiverse, and so did like a bunch of other films that came out after that as well. Like they weren't all connected thing. Even like the shows like Daredevil, you watch Hawkeye, Captain America, and the Winter Soldier. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Sorry, like there, or even Captain America 4. Like, it kind of does connect only at the end when the leader mentions all the other worlds and all that other stuff. But that's about it, really. Nothing more than that. Um. So yeah. So it's like, yeah, I understand that. However, like I think there was this thing that John Campia posted that I kind of agree with, in the sense that he says, like, you didn't need 3 films to establish Darth Vader. Darth Vader just showed up in New Hope and he became one of the greatest villains in movie history, right? And I guess like his argument is like, you don't need anyone to set up Doctor Doom. We already seen a glimpse of him in Fantastic Four, and we know who Doctor Doom is, and we know his character, we know where he's from. So it's okay if they just kind of put him in as the next villain, which again, fair. I think that's true, because Kang was a villain that we kind of needed to understand because of who he was, and he was never mentioned in the past. But we've had so many iterations of Doctor Doom that people are kind of aware who Doctor Doom is. So I can understand from that perspective. But I do still agree with a lot of people that there was no buildup, and because we're so used to it, I can understand why people are so upset about it. But I think this is my opinion, that it's okay if they decide to go down this route, because if you really look at it, like Avengers 1, Loki was the main villain, and he was established only really in one film, and that was in um Thor, right? And that was it. And then boom, he was the main villain of, what do you call it? Fuck. Sorry. Of Avengers 1, right? And again, Loki was a very low key villain, if you're really being honest. Like, you know what I mean? In terms of like the general knowledge, not a lot of people even know who he was, right? But he became such a great villain, right? So I think that's kind of the thing here with like Avengers Doomsday. It's kind of a reboot, sort of like a kind of like a restart, and they're trying to build something from going from there. And I think that's what they're trying to establish, and I think that's okay. But I do again understand the criticisms about that, and I do agree with a lot of people that maybe they should have kind of built it up or teased it a little bit better. But we're gonna have to wait and watch. We're gonna just have to see how it goes. And I think personally, I think this film is going to do really, really well, and I think it looks really good, guys. Like I don't know, just the 2 minutes that I've seen from the trailer and stuff, like it looks amazing, and I'm actually super stoked to see Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. I think his accent really sold me because I could just sense that he is playing someone different. He is becoming that character, and I really appreciate that. And I just want to see where it goes. And honestly, a part of me also doesn't even give a flying fuck because I'm just excited to see these characters come together for the first time. That's the kid in me talking, to be quite honest. And I think if you're a millennial or you're anyone older, like you're watching these and you're like, wow, this is amazing. Like the X-Men, Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four, the Avengers all together in one film. Like these are days that we cried for. These are days that we never thought was going to be possible, but here we are, you know. Who would have thought that we would have seen Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in the MCU with Deadpool? Never, but we got to see it. So for us it's like wow, this is amazing. And I can understand for a lot of people it's just like, well, we've been growing up on this shit, so it doesn't matter. And I get that, right? Like when you're younger and because you've seen all of this and like this is not nothing luxurious to you, it's like whatever, man, like it's cool, like this is going to happen anyway. You're just kind of like, yeah, whatever, you take it for granted. But for me, people like me, like it's just like, wow, this is just amazing. This is an experience that we're finally getting. So I'm super excited. I want to see it. I just had to talk about the hate a little bit because I just felt like that shit is just forced as hell and it's just really stupid why people do it, but whatever, man. Don't fall for that shit. Make your own opinions. Go watch the films. Wait till to go on a Tuesday if you want to save money, whatever it is. Just go watch the movie, enjoy it, and enjoy life, man. Don't listen to all these other losers and haters. Just make your own opinions and just make these decisions for yourself. Don't let other people influence you in terms of like what you should be liking and what you shouldn't be, and what is cool and what is not. It's your life. Live it the way you want. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a wonderful day, guys.